start with a Thundering Raiju. Sorry, let me switch the view here. Yeah, so we're definitely taking Thundering Raiju. I didn't even realize I had this card art for it. Persona actually is a pretty good card for us. Because if this manages to connect against the opponent, this actually gets a counter on it. And according to Thundering Raiju, anything that's modified is what we deal damage with. And the indestructible counter does count as being modified. So I guess we'll try red-white. Partially this is a +1/+3 to a card. But also can be discarded to create a mana door. Oh, Lizard Blades. Perfect. That's great. Lizard Blades is like one of the best things that you can for modified triggers because it also gives the creature double strike. Oh, Iganjo the Seat. But Kumano. But Iganjo. Iganjo counts as a land in the deck that we can always discard as a 4 damage combat trigger. And I think it's more useful to take the Iganjo over Kumano, but Kumano is amazing. That's tough. Alright. We actually have a lot of enchantment creatures, is why I'm keeping a Regent's Authority in the deck, because of the +1/+1 counter. Make it so that way Raiju immediately has more effectiveness. But also the permanent grow does actually make use of Lizard Blade being attached to things for the plus the double strike. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. We'll just try that out, see how it works. If it feels like something's off, we can always try to come back in, try to readjust things. We have a lot of really good cards that we managed to pull. So we do have, if we feel like we need the more removal, we have the other Repel. We have the Voltage Surge if we feel like we need the earlier removal. And we have the Captains and the Samurai here if we want to try to go with the more Samurai built on the deck. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the game and let's see how this works out. Alright, so off the open, I think this is okay to keep. I like the fact that we can potentially get a quick hit with this to get the indestructible, and we have Touch the Spirit Realm here, so we'll keep. And going Crag to Exemplar means that this will attack as a 4/4. If we if the board is clear. So we actually have, I think, a pretty good hand. It would have been great if this was actually an untapped source, so that way we could have gone Hot Chat Mechanic first, just for the extra aggression. Alright, opponent does seem to have like the first one burn here, unfortunately. Alright, we'll attempt the Persona. Do you actually have an answer for that? Oh, they have Ami's Flare, dang it. That's rough. I was trying to see about getting the ball rolling quickly before they actually had the ability to use most removal options. That was the only removal option they could have had there. I should have waited a turn, so that way we could have had the authority to be able to play in response. Let's see, this can't be used to get rid of that yet, because this is artifact and creature. So I'll have to let that flip first. That's rough. Alright. We have to answer that with this, and that is a good thing to get off the board. Before we play anything, we'll attack first. We'll touch the Spirit Realm. Get rid of Anvil. They can sacrifice it in response to get rid of it. But this means that, yeah, we take a point of damage, but if they do actually have any form of enchantment removal, they won't get their artifact back. Okay, so we do take 2 there. Go for the land. We'll bring out the Air of Enlightenment. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the land on top. I'm going to go for the land on top. That way, if our opponent does actually have any hand disruption, they won't be able to get the boar out of our hand. Alright, Imperial Oath, unfortunately for the opponent. Next turn, this will actually transform. Okay, Reckoner Raid, that's fine. Block here. I'm going to repel the Vial and get rid of the etchings. We'll let this die. We're not going to attack in with this, but we're going to hold up on the defense. They could just double block and kill it, but we're also at a low enough life total that I want to play a little safer. Explosive Entry, they don't have any artifacts destroyed, saying that we can cast it because we can destroy our own artifact. We're just going to pass turn. We can actually destroy that. Michiko's Reign of Truth. So that's going to be a +3/+3 to a creature. That's going to hurt. There's no denying that. Now, we'll just go ahead and take the 5, because this is only +2/+2 in general. Even if it switches to the +1/+1 counter, that's only +1/+1, so it doesn't actually get an extra bonus. Alright, Vanishing Slash is a great draw for us. Use some Explosive Entry here. We'll put the counter on this. And we're going to pass the turn. Because we know that the opponent has these unstoppable ogres, I don't want to risk our cards being killed in a multi-block. Or not having blockers, I really should say. Alright, we're going to do a 10th boar now, because if they throw everything at it, that's worthwhile trade. We have 3 blockers, so we should be able to survive. We'll attack like so. Attempt the pump. Alright, gonna hold Hotshot Mechanic in the event that there is some kind of sweeper. And we get there. So, with the opponent having the early answers to our cards, I was worried that we'd be able to come back into that, especially considering they did use the Imperial Oath here. And Michiko's Reign of Truth was very scary, but thankfully, we drew Vanishing Slash at just the right time, and we had the Explosive Entry to get rid of their ogre, so it was definitely a close game. This Iganjo, we're always having to play this as a land from how it looks, just because it's of how we draw the lands in the opening. Oh well. But that's fine. That's one of the great things about this is that you can play it as a land, and it comes into play untapped also. So we can start off going hot shot mechanic, set up our draws here. So this is a good hand. Sadly, we are on the draw. This would actually be a good one to lead with on the play. Opponent probably has the 2 damage burn spell. Oh, they don't. Automaton for the opponent. Looking to get some more white lands. These are good cards. I think I'll keep Air of Enlightenment on top. Because the opponent is a full-on aggro deck. The first strike on these will help us with the blocks. Will also be good for the gain life. Opponent gets lucky with the card there. Let's go for some more Enlightenment. Right, final land, we get Touch. It's kind of hard to give up the removal spell here. Partially because it's also a protection spell. Because you can actually use Touch of Spirit Realm as a discard to protect your cards and have them re-enter the battlefield. So that actually could reset our Air of Enlightenments if we so felt the need to. Right. More Enlightenment. We'll leave the land on top. We'll pass back. Alright, Shrine Steward allows them to go get any Aura or Shrine card from their deck, add it to their hand. Long Torment. That unfortunately will kill our hotshot mechanic here. Let's attack and see what they do. Okay, they take the hit. Alright, we knew that that was going to die, so we're fine with that. I'm actually more glad that they put that on there than onto our Enlightenments here. We'll attack with one of these, see what the opponent does. Alright, go Shintai of War. We'll use Repel the Vile on that. Well, that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to be able to get a stop before they went straight to their end step. I should have actually clicked this, that way we would have prevented that. Let's continue just poking for just the two. Opponent's eventually going to try to see what our trick is. We're just going to bring this out as a 5-4. I'm not attacking with it because I want to be able to use Vanishing Slash maybe if we get another Plains off the top. Because it counts as an artifact on the board. Alright, Seven-Tailed Mentor. What's a counter there? We'll attack. If we lose the board in the double block here, we're kind of okay with that. It does actually kill any two things that block it, with the exception of Aki Ronin with the Automaton. But we like the idea of getting the Automaton off the board in general, preventing it from growing anymore. Yeah, the Hand of Enlightenment will require a double block. They're going for a triple. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of the Shrine Steward. They didn't want to risk the Automaton. That's what the opponent decided. Alright, they're sacrificing this to get a draw, because I guess they drew too many lands. We'll give it a double block here. That way, if they do have the pump spell, it still has to be like a double pump idea. We drew another one of these. Let's go ahead and play one. We're going to get rid of this Automaton. I'm just going to sacrifice it in response to get rid of our board. That's okay. We're just going to get aggressive. At this point, we'll take the trade against the Mentor if they have it. It's a shame that we haven't found like a second white source for this Banishing Slash, but now that we lost our artifact, it is a little bit of a shame. The weird thing is they wanted to prioritize doing the damage to the Ronin, and that made no sense. Alright. Thanks to the Seven-Tailed Mentor, by the way, when this dies, we also get to put +1/+1 counter on any creature or vehicle we control, so this Hand of Enlightenment is going to be difficult for our opponent to have an answer for. Alright, well, we just attack in. In response, we'll put that into exile. I think it's more important for us to protect that, because it also allows us to scry here. Oh, Thundering Raiju. This will end the game. And Explosive Entry, do we even need this? No, not really. Just in case the game does get dragged out, we'll put that on the bottom. So just the attack declaration of Thundering Raiju, I think will kill the opponent. Because when it attacks, you can put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control, other than Thundering Raiju. So if we go Hotshot Mechanic, attack with Thundering Raiju, we can put the counter on the mechanic, and the attack trigger should kill them if they let us do an attack with it. I have to say I'm a little surprised if I'm trying to stick it through as much as they are. After all, we have 26, they have 2 life. Alright, yep. Good game, opponent. Ah, there we go. There's Thundering Raiju showing up at the last moment just to finish it off. Again, Iganjo. This is 3 times in a row that Iganjo is like one of our only white sources in our opening hand. But that's fine. This is still still very solid. Because we can go Hot Shot Mechanic, Air of Enlightenment, and if the opponent plays a artifact, we have Explosive Entry here. Alright, since it is red, there is a good chance that the opponent is running artifacts, so Explosive Entry will be useful. We still need to get a land, just for the more expensive spells here. Mango Shigeki, interesting. You know, let's go ahead and attack into it, see if the opponent's willing to trade. They are not. Get the Air of Enlightenment going. I want to keep these, but I want land. I don't want to take the risk of not getting land. Especially considering it's like, this is a great card to have because it's just an answer spell to so many things. I will get Kumano onto the board. I'm going for the Kumano right now instead of the Ogre, because the thing of Shigeki I'm not too worried about at the moment for being a blocker. I'd actually rather they trade it off. Well, we can use Ogre next turn to say that can't block. Alright, Master's Tribute for the opponent, that's fine. The fact that they're using this combo here just to get rid of a 2-1, we're perfectly fine with that trade. This is meant to actually be, like, you use this, that way your creature deals damage to any creature you don't control, and you use it with Fang and Shigeki to kill larger creatures. To only kill a 2-1, that's kind of a waste. Especially considering this has, like, no value to us other than just being a 2-1. Opponent in red, white, green, though, means that we might not see a use for our Explosive Entry, unfortunately. They may or may not be running any artifacts. They might be heavy on enchantments for the purpose of Repel and Vow being useful, but not the artifacts necessarily. Oh, opponent got a thing there as well. We really need that land. Oh, we don't get the land. We're going for Air of Enlightenment. I have to set up for the lands. This unfortunately means that we missed the +1/+1 counter. Set up a land on top. Unfortunately, we do miss the ability to definitely hit a land because we hit Air of Enlightenment there, but I kind of want to keep it. Alright, Sunblade Samurai. Simple 4/4 with Vigilance. We're going to bring down the Unstoppable Ogre. We'll say that can't block, but we're not going to attack. We'll just stay on the defense. The reason we're staying on defense is because I'm a little worried about what they have on their side attacking. Can use Ogre block Sunblade. Yep. So we're gonna have to trade off both of these to kill that if they attacked in, but they don't attack. I'm going to tempt, well... Let's go twin shot. Attempt here. Alright. That what basically gives me a knowledge that the opponent doesn't have any Tameo's safekeeping to protect. And I didn't want to run to a Tameo safekeeping for Repel the Vile. Now granted, I was going to just top deck it right now. But I think it was worth taking that a little bit of a risk there. Turns that into a 4-5. But it's still being on the safe side, not attacking in. You can actually use Repel the Vile to actually exile the land. But I think it's better probably get rid of this branch of Boseiju. I don't want to do it now. Oh shoot, they have an instant speed spell now. Did they top deck? Okay, no they didn't. Let's say, don't tell me they actually top decked it. Passing back to the opponent. Let's see, this could be channeled to give 2 +1/+1 on each of 2 creatures, so it can only ever put 1 counter on a creature. That's important to know because if they actually do have another one in hand and try to use a discarded combat trick, we know 6 is still enough to kill these for power. Another one? Oh, bomb after bomb. I'm just glad the opponent's not attacking in. Alright, let's see. If we go for Katana, we can equip it to hand. And that way we can actually use double block with hands to kill one of the things without it being a trade. We're walking a bit of a tightrope, I believe, here against this opponent. We do have, I guess, the advantage in life here, but they just already have creatures that are just so large on the board, and 3 of them have vigilance. I don't remember, did we keep the Befriend of Moss in the deck? Let's take a look at my little thing here. Okay, we did keep Befriend the Moss in the deck, so we actually do have a way to attack over the top of the opponent. So getting rid of the reach creature definitely still is the right call. It'd be great if we can get the Lizard Blades just for the purpose of getting Double Strike onto one of our creatures. That's going to be a problem. Because this, it gives a quick creature +1/+4. But thankfully, we have the Explosive Entry. We're going to put the +1/+1 counter on our first striker. And we're going to play out Air of Enlightenment. We want the Spirit Realm. We're going to put the land on the bottom. No attacks. With Touch of the Spirit Realm, we actually exile these, because if they actually destroy the enchantment, they only get a land back. They don't get the 4/5 back. So, if we get rid of Sunblade Samurai, which is actually the biggest threat, and they destroy it, they still get a 4/4 back. So I'd rather get rid of the lands. Kind of wondering how much longer it is until the opponent decides to start attacking in here. If they attack in, we use a double block against Sunblade. Alright, they got impatient. They're going in. I mean, they were patient for so long. Block like this, actually. We'll let them keep Sunblade. Like I said, I wanted to use this to get rid of the land, but this is the safer blocks for us if they have Pump. Because we already have enough life that we can afford to take the 6. This is only going to drop us down to 19 after all. My opponent has chosen how they want to do their damage on targets. Alright, they have the Master's Rebuke, so that is a punish against us. Which meant that would have been better just to only go with one block instead of the double block. Alright, we'll touch the Spirit Realm, get rid of this. Yeah, no, opponent had the right answer. Thankfully, we do have a bit of health here as a way to pad our turns. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana to be able to attach this and play this. We'll take the hit. Alright, so we've gotten 2 Master Rebukes from the opponent. Did draw land. We were actually pretty high on the chance to draw land, so not too surprising. Bring out Resona. And we attach this here. We don't attack because, after all, they have the 6/6 back there. Oh, jeez. Season of Renewal. So let's see, get target creature card and target enchantment card, and that is a blowout of enchantment to get back. Out of all the lands that you can enchant out of the cycle, I think the green one here is definitely the strongest. Let's see, I think it's actually only the green and red, right? Is there another color one? Usually they like to do these things in a full land set. Yeah, no, I guess that's it. Just the red and the green. The green one's just so good because it's such a large body, and it's a 4 that has vigilance too. One's thinking over their plan. Alright, they're going with the web spinner cuff because it's, I guess, the safer play for them. Because they attach this here, this is going to have a 10 toughness after all. Ooh, they don't do anything. Let's go Synthesizer. Alright, Authority doesn't really help us too much. Do this, put a counter here. Alright, we're just gonna sacrifice it. We need the extra token for blocking. Alright, finding the land is a good hit overall, just because we couldn't play most cards that we would have hit otherwise. With our blocks, it looks like we're going to have to use hands to, again, try to get rid of this. Probably trade Resona against a 3/3. And maybe double block another 3/3. Risk a pump spell to kill us. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Fade into Antiquity. The opponent doesn't stop hitting their bombs. Alright, so we have to block here to survive. We have to block there. Still lethal, right? Because 4... 7, 8... I guess we could take the hit. Probably better to do that than get rid of the larger threat. You have another combat trick? Combat tricks don't stop, apparently. Oh no, they just have to assign the damage. Alright, mechanic's not going to do it for us. Let's tap 2 red here, sacrifice this to draw some cards. Play this. And, yeah, we take lethal. So, yeah, good game. Let's see what the top of our deck was. There's the Lizard Blades, finally. See, how far in the deck do we have to go? About halfway. Oh, man. That looks a little bit rough there. But just had bombs and answers.
Thank you for watching the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to join me live stream, you can find me on Twitch in the link below. I hope to see you again in the next video and have a nice one.